Okay, this is going to be a little different video. Over the years, I've been contacted by PM or private message or comments on some of the YouTube videos that I've done, and people have asked, well, you know, what's your fitness regimen and how do you stay in the shape you are? So, truth in advertising, yes, I am 72 years old, Vietnam combat veteran, and this is truth in advertising. This is kind of what I do. But to preface what I'm about to tell you, I'm going to take you through the regimen, what I do, and then you are free to use your own judgment. But if you are training for buds, this ain't for you. If you're training for the Ironman, not for you. If you're training for American Ninja Warrior, turn the channel, right? What I do is to stay fit so that I can be the warrior that I need to be as a civilian, or if I'm called in defense of the country, and use the tools that I have. Within the scope that there are some limits to getting older, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So I'll talk about food, diet, fuel, and then I'll talk about the process, and then a little bit of philosophy at the end. So, I do not diet. I do not recommend diet. I don't take vitamins. I don't take protein powders. I don't take any of that shit. Why? Because I've had way too many physicians tell me that all you get when you take vitamins, including multivitamins, is very expensive pee. Now, the caveat is, if you have had blood work done and it shows that you have a medical deficiency in a particular vitamin or mineral, then therefore that particular thing is something you should do with. Otherwise, stop taking all that shit. Stop taking 10 million units of C and D and B and all the other stuff. Just stop it, because all that does is waste your money, and it does no benefit to you. I don't care what the rags say, right? Go to a doctor, have blood work done. If there's a deficiency, it will show. Then you go and take that. Protein powders and all that other kind of crap, total bullshit. Total bullshit. And especially the ones at the gym. All they're trying to do is upsell you on stuff that's going to make no difference. Now, why? Well, let's talk about the science of the body, right? Now, here's something you probably don't know. For almost all males of the human race, regardless of wherever, unless you're a pygmy or some other kind of tribal thing that is unusual, the size of a male's neck and the size of the upper arm and the size of the calf will always be the same. You cannot get them out of proportion without doing damage to your body. So, what does that mean? Big neck, big guns. Little neck like mine, little guns like mine. It's that simple. No matter what you do, unless you take roids or something else, you're not going to be able to get that shit out of proportion without doing damage to your body regardless of your age. So that means, because your skeletal system, your ligaments, all that stuff is all designed to work together. So if you try to get something out of proportion, you're going to be totally screwed. The other thing is that I don't have to worry about looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I could give a shit about those guys grunting over in the free weight area, because I'll never be that big. So it's okay with me. So let's talk about the actual regimen. First, I do not do, nor do I recommend free weights. Why? Because free weights are for really, 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 really big guys. The big neck, big arms, right? Those guys are so strong that they don't even get an aerobic workout using the machines. So the machines are for normal people like me and probably you and most women. The other thing is that free weights are extremely inefficient in terms of what you have to do with them and the time that you want to have available. I'm lazy. I do not want to spend my life at the gym. So, to get to that, I only use machines, but not any type of machine. A machine that's been designed to work with a particular muscle group that it's named for. Why is that? Because that particular machine has its internals designed to give the correct range of motion, the correct weight distribution over the range of motion for the muscle. That's why you have different ones for shoulder, different ones for biceps, different ones for triceps, different ones for chest, and so forth. Okay? It makes a difference. But there's a science behind that. And it comes way back in the early 80s when a guy named Arthur Jones created and invented the Nautilus fitness machines. And they had a cam that was shaped like a Nautilus. Why? Because those cams were different and they were designed to provide the right amount of weight for the full range of motion of whatever the muscle that machine was designed for. Now Nautilus has gone away, but they sold their patents off to Life Fitness. I'm not pitching Life Fitness totally, but if you look at most of those machines, you'll see a cam down there, and the cam fits the design. Why is that important? It has to do with the efficiency and what's really necessary in order to get the right type of strength growth over time. What is that? The secret is simple. You want to do one set of a minimum of 8, a maximum of 12 repetitions with whatever the weight is. If you can't do 8 repetitions, the weight is too heavy. If you can do 12 or more, the weight is too light, and you'd add 10%. 10% is what you add. And then it'll drop your reps to under 12, hopefully over 8, and you keep doing those each time you go to a different session. You keep doing that workout until you can do 12 or more, and when you get 12, you add 10%, regardless of the muscle group you are working. And forget about this, lightweight, lot of reps, heavyweight, low rep. Fuck, that's bullshit. It has always been bullshit. 8 to 12 repetitions, one set. If you can't do 8, lower the weight. If you can do 12 or more, add weight 10%, and then you keep working. Now, what will happen is when you start, you will be increasing weight pretty fast because your muscles will respond really fast. What that means is you're getting stronger. The stronger you get, the less workout sessions you will do. Why? Because your muscles need more time to recover from the workout that you just did. We'll talk about that in a second. But you don't have to spend hours and hours at the gym doing 3, 4, 5 sets of some repetition. Except if you're doing free weights. That is because free weights force you to work strictly with gravity. There is no cam. You have to work that muscle against gravity totally. And it's inefficient, which is why machines are better. So how long does it take to go from not doing anything to being at your operational best, right? And that's going to be about a year. You'll start to see dramatic results in 90 days. But don't stop, because then the real work starts, right? Keep track. Find an app for your phone, write it down on a notebook, whatever, but keep track of what you do, because that's going to keep you honest. Okay? That's going to keep you honest. Do not forget the legs. So you're going to have upper body and lower body. When you start, you can work everything in the same session. As you get stronger, you're going to need to split that up, because just the sheer work that you're going to be doing in your upper body is going to kill you off, because you're going to be that strong. Your lower body, if you try to do lower body and upper body, call 911. I'm being joke, but you're going to be totally wasted, because that's going to exhaust your body, and you really don't need to do that. So you can break it up during the week. One day you do lower body, rest the day, next day you do upper body, and so forth. That gives yourself a chance, gives the muscles a chance to recover, gives you a chance to recover, and not totally exhaust yourself over time. Fuck this boot camp, CrossFit, stupid stuff. Because it is stupid stuff. You don't have to spend 5 hours on some aerobic thing. By the way, I don't do aerobic anything. I don't need to. Because the pace, when you go through your stations, gives your body an aerobic workout that is sufficient. Now, let's talk about aerobics for a minute. I'm 72 years old. My target heart rate, is like 120. That's boring. It's boring. But I tell you what happens if I try to, I can't fight genetics, right? I can't fight science. And I've tried to exceed that, right? Let me tell you, you're going to do a face plant in the gym if you try to exceed what science has said your heart is ready for. Now, could I keep up with those young warriors on that 5-mile full ruck run? Probably not. But if I went to basic training today, I could probably make it through basic training. You see what I'm saying? Why is that? There is the science again. You need to know that for most humans, at 80 years old, 80 years old, at 80 years old, you should have 80% of the strength and vitality that you had when you were 20. Understand that. At 80, you should still have 80% of what you have when you were 20. The exception would be your target heart rate. But in terms of musculoskeletal stuff, that's true for men and women, by the way. So there's no excuse unless you had a disease, you've been injured, that kind of thing. But if you're just normal and just a lazy fuck, hey, it sucks to be you. There's no excuse for you to be doing that. I'm preaching a little bit, but people have asked, and I'm just telling you what the deal is. Now let's talk about food. I do not diet. I don't want to diet. I want to eat what I want to eat. But the amount that I eat fits in my hand. I don't try to eat everything that they give you at the local buffet or at the local country kitchen for breakfast. I can never finish that stuff because it's too much, right? If it fits in your hand, that's sufficient, really, per meal. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. Those two things will kill you off and really screw with your performance. Just being regular. I have whiskey from time to time, okay? But I'll eat anything. I'll eat pizza, I'll eat whatever. If I like it, I'm going to eat it. I'm just not going to eat an entire pizza. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to deprive yourself of things that you like. You just don't want to be stupid about how much you eat or how much you drink. Water. I'll drink in a session between 20 and 40 ounces, sometimes 50 ounces of water, just sipping on it, doing my workout, waiting for the machines, whatever. This is a natural thing. Have your water bottle. That's enough. You don't have to carry around 10 gallons of fucking water like I see some of these guys doing. You don't have to do that. You know? Trainer. You get a trainer if you're lazy or if you have no willpower, and if that's you, you have other issues. You probably don't want to do it. Okay? So all that crap that goes on that tries to sell you stuff in the gym is not in your best interest at all. So that's my story. That's what I do. That's why I do it. That's the science behind it. You're welcome to comment. Some people will be butthurt about this. I don't care. You can unsubscribe or change the channel. But you see how I look. This is the result of what I just told you. You can get close. Some of you can get better. But it is what it is. So as always, thanks for watching. Carry on.